structure to bring the treasures as they believe down. I'm saying as they believe, because it had nothing to do with the real function, which is still like a matter of theories. Why I'm saying theories? Because they didn't find inscriptions there. So the main theory would say that was used as a funeral, or let's say memorial tomb, for one of the famous kings whose name was Artas IV, 9 BC, 40 AD. That means the beginning of the 1st century AD. The second theory would say that was used or reused as a temple. And these kind of temples, we call them funeral temples, dedicated for funeral purposes. When you look there, so you could see two things related to this idea. First, you could see how it's a mixture of different civilization, like on the upper part, some more Greek style, Hellenistic, at the top of the second chest, more Egyptian, the lower more Roman, beside Nabatean, Assyrians decoration. And that's more to make something so special for that king, even if they got the ideas from the other. But the carving was made by the Nabatean hand. The other thing that I would show you there, that most of the decoration would represent the idea of death. And that's what I would show you there, starting from the top going down. And that's the way that they made it. Not only this one, all the others. Okay, but they believe that they started coming from the top going down. How did they know? Because more logic. If they started from the bottom going up, so that means like they would crowd the things that they had done before. They are sandstones. Besides that, we have incomplete monuments where we have only the upper, not the lower. And that way you could see there. So you could see that they made the upper, they made the lower, in which you see steps or stairs. So that's what they made here. They carved bigger stairs up to the top, and then they start from the top, going down, right to left until they finish on the bottom. You would see this one is so perfect. So that's why they believe that was not made by the Persian. Okay, so they believe after they finished they needed to add more details. So how could they climb back to the top? That would be by kind of square holes that you could see on the right side and the left side. On the very top you could see the urn, which means death, like some of the ancient civilization, they burned the dead at the bottom ashes, or the remains on an urn like that one. The eagles that you could see at the top of the pediment, that would represent that they would fly to heaven, guiding the souls of the dead up to heaven. By the way, the upper part solid, nothing inside, which used for decoration, and they used statues from the other civilization. The one in the middle, which was for Isis or Isis, the Egyptian goddess of fertility. On the two corners and the two stands, Amazonite goddess is the warrior goddess, is the Greek, while the lower part's more like the Roman style, like the crown over the pediment, the icons, and the capitals of the columns, which is more like the Corinthian style, more Roman. And the freestanding column to the left, which means the third one to the left, you could see from the middle and over, that's more like built or constructed. It was reconstructed, restored in 1953 by British scholars. And I'm just talking about this idea to know that all of it, Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth, all of it was cut out of the rocks. To show you the last mythological idea about death, two horses, one between the two columns down there to the left, the other between the other columns down there to the right. They believe the two are guiding the horses, two sons of Zeus, Castor and Pollux. Have you heard about them in the Greek mythology? Twins, Castor, who will take the dead up there on the back of their horses. The big hole ahead, there's a very simple one, which is not like Indiana Jones. When I'm saying not like Indiana Jones, where they shot the scenes of Indiana Jones, I mean it. I mean, it's so simple. You could see, you are not allowed to go inside, but from that point you could see it's very end. It's only 9 meters there. So it's not so. So it was just used for the funeral celebrations, the camp ceremonies to remember the dead. And there are two small chambers on both sides used for the funeral service. Before you go there, just to know that the level you could see here is not the original. The original would go 4-6 meters below, like what you would see yourselves when you go there. There's like iron grill. Below there are two tombs. They found them by the year 2004. When they were digging there, so they found these two, and they found that from the 2nd century BC, before what we call the treasury. And that means that we show the original level. What happened here? Floods and water. They brought the limestone, the sand, the sediment like this. And by that, I could imagine how many monuments just below this level.